Anyway, the basic summary of the postings is Poltergeist is a Steven Spielberg film. But there are also other voices. Afterwards, Tobe Hooper is claimed to be more firmly in charge than had been assumed. One of those associated with the film and Spielberg who have expressed themselves openly is actress Zelda Rubinstein. In demand as it was of Tobe Hooper to work, she says in a current U.S. interview, "During my 6 filming days, I dealt almost exclusively with Spielberg." Rubinstein suggests that Hooper was under the influence of certain chemical means. If, pot. If there's a partner in things, it's Steven Spielberg. It is Martin Levy of DreamWorks. He is a personal spokesman for the director. And that the question still remains some explosiveness today is demonstrated by the fact that Levy reacted to a request. I think the idea of speculation one way or another may have come from a poltergeist that is lodged behind too many film sets trying to bring back or sustain the true and untrue. What Levy probably means is some statements are closer to the truth than others. Fact is, Poltergeist had already cost Steven Spielberg many nerves. After he spoke in 1982 in interviews of his assumption of the film, in order to mark another time patronizingly, he said he had helped Hooper with the direction. Finally, Hooper had enough of it and got legal help. Understandably, Spielberg's being a fucking schmuck. Another conflict, so finally, Hooper had enough of it, and he finally was awarded $15,000 as part of a settlement after consulting the DGA. Not only because of the career-damaging statements. Another conflict was that Hooper's name appeared clearly smaller in the film's trailer than that of the producer. The height of humiliation for Spielberg, he had to publish an open letter in Hollywood's industry magazine Variety from the letter, "Dear Toby, regrettably parts of the press have misunderstood the rather unique collaboration you and I had shared with Poltergeist. I have appreciated the openness you allowed me as a producer and writer to contribute to this film, and the same. You had the liberty to direct Poltergeist so wonderfully. With your acceptance of the film script for this really intensive film, you have accepted a certain vision from the outset. As a director, you have converted this vision adequately," and so on. So Spielberg feels embarrassed and shameful because he had to write that? You should have wrote that from the beginning. You should have kept your mouth shut and, I don't know, put your ego trip on hold and, I don't know, not say shit like, I directed it. I directed part of it, at least. Even if you did, just zip it, man. What the hell? Just the fact that he's firing people left and right, taking credit for things he did or maybe may not have done, basically putting the kibosh on a special edition DVD that fans of this movie have been waiting for years because he's a fucking schmuck. He's ego trip. He doesn't want to, he doesn't want to reveal the fact that he's not perfect, because that's what it seems like to me. Every time I hear shit like fires the offer of the nomination because he said that part of the script sucks eggs, so he fires his ass. Fired Megan Fox because she made basically a little sort of sarcastic remark about Michael Bay being a Nazi. It's just more and more stuff starts getting uncovered, and I think you start to see Spielberg's true nature. That this guy that you see on film and you see the interviews and see all this stuff, this smiling sort of father figure, deep down this guy's a fucking schmuck. Because I'm sorry, everything that he keeps seeing, it just seems like he thinks he's perfect. Like there's nothing wrong with him, and if anybody points something out to him, he's gonna have a hissy fit, fire this person, fire that person. He can't take constructive criticism, and that's the reason why we're not going to get a special edition as long as he's still on this earth, which is bullshit. By the time he passes away, everyone else involved with the film will probably be, dead or dying, and we'll never get a special edition. So, thanks, Stevie. But anyway, basically, I also heard, this is some more information about from the offer, who sent the guy who, the first people who worked on the site sent him this this stuff. He said that he got a little text or whatever, basically a little letter that talked about stuff that's supposed to be in the DVD. Apart from that, basically what happens is the original text, was much longer. It featured a statement from Warner Germany regarding the new German DVD, which seems to be the same one in the USA. Speaker stated that no significant special features are included because of legal issues. She did not get more specific, so I'm not sure if she referred to the directorial issue, maybe not. She also emphasized that the DVD was a special edition. When I use that term, a questionable objection when one thinks of what was originally announced. Apart from that, the text included a statement from Richard Edlund, whom I spoke to. His answer was sadly cut from the article. As far as I understood, however, he was interviewed for the DVD. When I told him that it seemed like the material shot was not included, he mused that it might have to do with the directorial issue. He was, however, gentlemanly enough not to officially comment on his views regarding the director matter, so we should leave it at that. Spielberg's personal speaker, Martin Levy, was also kind to answer a request by me. He would not get into any specific detail, which is understandable from his point of view, since that issue still seems to be legally difficult. Original official statements given to me were these. I think the idea of speculation one way or another may have come from a poltergeist that lodged behind many film sets trying to bring back or sustain the true and untrue. On the matter of participation in this new DVD release, I am not aware that there was ever a request for Steven to do anything new. Even if there was, he was rarely, if ever, done a new interview for any of his films except some of those classic films he has directed, such as the upcoming Close Encounters of the Third Kind or a few years ago, E.T. Or on those he has not directed, he always refers to the director. Well, except in this case, since he won't probably let Tobe Hooper speak his mind because he'll probably blow it out of the water. Yeah, so just continues trying to say that blah, 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 blah is more close to... I don't have an answer to the question of whether or not there will be some future features about this movie because that would be up to Warner Brothers at some point down the road. Regarding where Poltergeist is in his heart, I only know that he's pleased that it's coming out in a high-definition DVD. So basically it says that this isn't a close film to his heart. Because he got caught on this bullshit and had to apologize for being a schmuck. So the directorial question remains at least open for now. And then it saw some more stuff that somebody says that, let's just say I'm in the same boat as you in terms of this, an email somebody sent the website, an anonymous tip. Say I'm in the same boat as you in terms of disappointing featurettes that were planned but cut. What was to be a grand assortment of bonus features turned into two 15-minute featurettes loosely affiliated with Poltergeist. The short answer of what happened, Spielberg, Cooper, and Craig T. Nelson had no interest in it, and the studio quickly lost interest as a result. I don't think that's enough of a reason to not at least include the interviews you did for Richard Edlund. And then I read somewhere else that they actually did do interviews with Toby and Craig T. Nelson and Jo Beth Williams. And at least Jo Beth Williams, I know she would have liked to talk about the movie. Like in 2010, as soon as 2010, she was part of like a thing, kind of like a presentation that was a tribute to her. And her, and the film Poltergeist and her performance in that film. So, at least something would be better than that bullshit that we got. Fucking stupid documentary about real life ghosts, real life poltergeists. I'll give a shit about that. So, yeah, and also to make the pain hurt even more, like the rub salt in the fucking wound. I read some more information that MGM had planned on doing a 20th anniversary edition. And it ended up being canceled for some reason. And it was the 6-disc special edition, which had special features included the first real ghost story, the making of Poltergeist featurettes, screenplays, several photo galleries and Fangoria interviews, the documentary, the E! True Hollywood Story, Curse of Poltergeist, Hollywood Ghost Stories, and Terror in the Isles. And the 6th disc was a copy of the original motion picture soundtrack by Jerry Goldsmith. I think maybe also it also had the Poltergeist 2 and 3 in the same set, but I don't know for sure. But seriously, I found out about that. I'm like, damn. And then I found out that there was actually a prototype that was sold on eBay. And you can see on YouTube someone actually recorded a little bit of the prototype, that they have. And I'm really jealous. I wish I had that set. Other than that bullshit DVD I will never fucking buy. And also, Warner Brothers did not learn from their fucking mistakes of the Poltergeist Special Edition, because then they did this. The Beetlejuice 20th Anniversary Deluxe Edition. Deluxe my fucking ass. 20th Anniversary Edition my ass 20 times over. Fuck me up the ass 20 times over. Might as well. Because it keeps getting better every single time I see it. And, yeah. Such a bullshit DVD. The only reason why I got this, it was $4 at Walmart. So fuck Warner Brothers and their bullshit. Fuck they fucked it up with Poltergeist. They basically lied to everybody, said they were going to give us a 2-disc special features laden special edition, and we got jack shit and nothing. We just got shit in our hands. And fuck Spielberg. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. He can take this video down. I don't give a fuck. Somebody needs to speak their mind on his fucking bullshit. And I admire him as a director, but as a person, not so much. The fact that you keep pulling this shit. The fact that you just can't accept criticism. You can't do it. You can't humble yourself. You need to grab a giant big slice of humble pie, Spielberg, and pig out. And it can be pumpkin pie, since that would be very, relevant, since we are in basically in the fall time, and Thanksgiving is coming soon. And I wish I could be thankful for a Poltergeist DVD or Blu-ray that is worth a damn. But sadly, since from the antics of Spielberg, that'll never happen. So anyway, I really don't know what to say except thanks for watching this long, in-depth rant on the bullshit that is this Poltergeist 25th Anniversary Special Edition DVD. And I will see you guys later. And happy Halloween.